Hi, this is Mike from Gear and Gadgets on a lovely Friday morning. And this is an updated video on how to extend and duplicate displays with a couple of extra tidbits added in. And be sure to like and subscribe below. You know the drill. Okay, so the updated look from my last video on how to extend and duplicate, it's pretty simple, the changes that are on it. And so I'm going to bring up my display settings. And in order to bring up your display settings, it's super easy. On a PC, all you have to do is go to your desktop, right click, go to display settings, and this is what will pop up right here. Okay. So the first thing is let's go over how to organize your displays. As you can see, I have a 2-3-1 setup right here. And I'll start here with 2, and you can see that that's my main display. So that's the one on the far left, and then the one in the middle, of course, is 3. And you can see it's not my main display, and then 1 also not my main display. Now, what you can do is you can reorganize these. So the important thing is to make sure that your mouse travels freely across from right to left through all displays. Okay, because what you don't want to do is you don't want to have your mouse. You can see my mouse here on the right. You don't want it to disappear and then come over on the left. So this is how I have it set up to make sure your mouse travels across freely, making it easy to go from one display to the other. The other thing you can do is you can identify which display is which. And you can see the middle one identifies 3, and then on my other displays it says 1 and 2. Easy way to identify it. Now, the way that this has changed is it used to be in my last video that the extension and duplication of displays was like way down here at the bottom. As you can see, you can choose it now between displays, and there's a couple of other options. So that's what we'll go over right now. So on display 2, which is my main display, if I click right here, extend desktop. So what that means is it just makes the desktop bigger. That's all extend means, right? So each display will be different, and you can drag windows from one screen to the other. So that's the extension, right? So if I go to 2 and I click, I can take this display and I can make this display the same thing on 1 and 2, or I can make it the same on 2 and 3, or I can extend it. Okay. So if you want something different on each screen, extend. Then I go to 3 and I can do the same thing. I can either disconnect the display or I can duplicate it on 1 and 3 or 2 and 3. That means the same thing on 3 will appear elsewhere. And then the same thing for if I click on 1, you can see it has the same options. So it's a little bit different, and honestly a little bit easier because the toggle is right here instead of finding it all the way at the bottom and doing resolutions and stuff like that. So that is the updated version of how to play with your displays. I'll add one more thing, which is the taskbar. So some people have asked, what I can't delete the taskbar on some of my screens. So the deal with that is that you cannot delete the taskbar really on your main display. So what that means is here are my taskbar behaviors. All I did was just go down to my taskbar and right click, go to taskbar settings, and then come down here to taskbar behaviors. So what you can do is automatically hide the taskbar only applies to screen 1, right? So I click this, and then over on screen 1, the taskbar disappeared. But you notice it also disappeared down here as well. But because it says only automatically hide, it will pop up when I go to the bottom. Now, if I want them to be removed completely from screens 2 and 3, then I have to do that. Okay, so once I toggle off show my taskbar on all displays, the only place where it will come up is on your main display. So whatever the number of your main display is, and we'll go back and we'll look at where my main display is. So on number 2, the taskbar will pop up when I hover over the bottom, but it will be eliminated from 3 and 1. Okay, so it'll show up on 2 when I scroll down and eliminated on 3 and 1. Okay, so then let me go back here and I'll go to taskbar settings. And then what I can do to bring them back is I just untoggle that, and you can see here it'll automatically pop back up. And now I'm back in business. Okay, so that's the updated version of how to extend and duplicate displays and a little bit more on taskbars. If you have any questions, just go ahead and leave a comment.